need a few answers. And yeah, just let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, you're visible, Vaishnavi.
All right. So, yes, today's topic is loneliness paradox in youth. So, once you see the title, what do you understand generally? The loneliness paradox. Anyone would like to answer? All right. So, generally, we see people connecting with all of them. I mean, the friends around them, people around them, yet they feel lonely, yet they don't feel connected to people around them. So, today we are talking about that youth who feel lonely despite of having so many people around them. So, yes, the questions. How many friends do you have online? I am not able to see the chart. So, I guess it will be better if we answer the questions. Right. So, if I have to say, I have very few friends online, mostly five or six. How many of them truly know you? So, yeah, hardly again 10 people out of the friends I have truly know me in that case. So, how many friends do you have online, or how many of them truly know you? It's a reflective question. Just try to understand the friends you have online and how they understand you and how they speak to you and in general. Right. Yes. So when we reflect, see, we understand our connections through social media or through chats or through calls on how connected we are towards each other. Right. That's when connected yet disconnected. When we are in, middle of people looking at our Instagram and WhatsApp, we see a lot of people talking to us, chatting with us, or we see their pictures online, we like them, we share with our other friends. So we are mostly connected with people around us through social media, mostly Instagram or WhatsApp. And if the older generations that we take through Facebook. So we meet our 10th standard friends or our old friends or our college friends mostly through online. We connect through video calls and speak to them. But the emotional intimacy has reduced. The bond we used to share with those people who are around us back then has now reduced now completely. As I said, the emotional intimacy has reduced. The kind of words that we speak with them, uh, just as I say, whenever there is any situation which they feel challenged or very difficult, we used to be with them, sit with them, say that we are there for them. I'm here for you. I'm sitting here. Tell me what to do, or is there any way that I can help you? But now, if we see, same as usual, like we help them and they used to help us. But now that emotional intimacy, sitting beside you in that moment to talk about what has happened, what can be the next steps that can be taken, has reduced. What is the information that we need to share with them? Now the information is filtered most of the time. We feel that we need to act strong, not uh, show our weakness and be act strong that we are doing well. And the one of the friend asked me a question on how are you doing. And when people asks us when we are, how are you doing, we generally say, yeah, I'm good, I'm doing good, or I'm doing great. Even though we are in situations that we are not well, we tend to say that we are good. Again, we are depicting our loneliness. We are uh, paraphrasing the sentences that we speak with them, saying that we are good. But we never tell them that, oh, I'm actually not doing. But, anyways, thanks for asking. So, the bond that we used to share with people has decreased, especially when we talk about today's youth who seek validation from social media or other platforms, their rates of loneliness, the reporting of the loneliness is high globally, not just in India, globally. Youth, yes. So, actually understanding what is loneliness. So, is being alone loneliness? No, right? Just sitting somewhere, being alone, or not talking to anyone can be taken into consideration as loneliness. No, right? So, what is loneliness? First of all, loneliness is not equal to being alone. So, being alone, being Kela, being lonely, is not loneliness. So, what is loneliness? Lack of meaningful emotional connection. So, when we don't have to speak to anyone, we are trying to find time for ourselves, sitting with ourselves, doing something for ourselves, or as it said, healthy and restorative time with oneself, with themselves, is solitude. It's not loneliness. Now, coming to loneliness, it's lack of meaningful connection. When we don't have people to speak or share something that you really feel vulnerable with, or you really feel lonely with. So yes, not being in the middle of people to talk about anything, where you have open comfortable space, is loneliness. Most of the time, while you're lonely, you tend to crave for connection, yet you are not able to build that emotional connection where you can share anything or everything with people. That is loneliness. Right. So, as we are, talking about youth of the globe, the world, so why youth are vulnerable? Most of the times it can be identity formation and self doubt. So these days youth are in generally, they are in the stage of their identity formation. What am I to you, or what am I to myself, what am I to them? uh, what is actually me? They try to understand what is their identity in their lives and others life. To elaborate more about this, when we speak about identity formation, it's more like you belong to one group. You are in 10th standard, you belong to one of the section, and you belong to one of the class, or you belong to your parents, you belong to your friends, or small gang that you're forming over there. How are you forming your identity? What are you amongst them? And self doubt, while you are forming that identity around people around you, it is more like, okay, now I am friendly to them or not? Like, am I friendly to them or not? What do people around me think on what I am? Or what is it? Can I be confident when I speak to people around me? Or what if I say something and they don't understand? They don't understand the way I want them to understand. So that self doubt is also there in the current youth. Not fully, a little percentage, I would say. Then there is a transition stress. So, as we see, most of them, there is transition in the ages. Like first to fifth standard, I consider as one stage, and then from fifth standard to 10th standard, one stage. Then you go to college for your 11th and 12th. That is in another stage. Then you do your degree, then your masters, then your job. So the youth is going through the transition, and the kind of stress they are taking is completely different in different stages. Mostly in first to fifth standard, it's making new friends, talking to them, or being part of one gang. That is more important, with people. When one is not giving attention, or not talking to you, or making new friends, or making other friends, there you feel lonely, there you feel you're not in any part of any groups, you're not into any gangs. So that is the first transition. Then goes your fifth to 10th standard, where these youth are kind of want to look cool, want to be part of any group. So that transition is also there in those 5th to 10th standard. Then you're coming to college. At one point, you are that badass gang with everyone, and you want to be included in that. That transition is there. Then when you go to your degree or master's level, then a little maturity is what I would say. Yet they try to be part of groups or any other clubs. Or then here is something that we should say: try to find passion on different levels to them, whatever they feel they are related to. That is where the transition stress is also there. Then fear of judgment or rejection. Let's say if we wear this type of dress, will people accept me or not? Or they straight away reject me or judge me for what I am, the kind of dress I'm wearing, the kind of words I use, or uh, yeah, the lifestyle that we have or the family that we came from. How do people receive me? They go through different stages of thinking here. So that is what makes them more vulnerable, more mm, emotionally less interested in it. Then superficial validation through social media. This is the time where most of the youth spend their time on social media, putting their pictures, liking memes, or uh, writing something, posting stories. What, let's say if some people are just liking your pictures, seeking validation from that. Oh, okay, now to, yeah, some 50 people liked your
Please
status,
have
or
to
50
wait.
people liked your story. Now it's more like, okay, now 50 people liked my story, that means they like me. So that kind of validation is sought through social media from this particular youth. Then we have emotional independence, misinterpreted as needing no one. Now, two words: emotional independence. So, what is emotional independence here for youth? So, most of the youth, if you see, people around you, the youth especially, having this attitude of needing no one. Right? I don't want anyone. I can take care of myself. I can do better with nobody being with me. So I can take care of myself, basically. So that is misinterpreted as emotional independence. So, what is emotional independence? The ability for you to think and for you to manage your emotions is more of emotional independence, where that is misinterpreted as needing no one. While we also need someone while you're going through different things, where you are able to have a lot of emotions, and while you're not able to manage them, so that is when you will need someone for you to just depend, share, or vent out. So that has more become like, I don't need anyone. If I go for a walk, or if I go to gym, or if I just write or journal, I will be all right. I'll be doing better. Mm, I think the audio is little disturbing.
₹10
Yeah, Vaishnavi, you can continue. Unmute yourself and you can continue. Vaishnavi, you can unmute yourself.
Uh, am I audible now?
Yeah, perfectly.
Just a second. I'll share the screen. Yeah, is it visible?
Yeah.
I liked. So the attitude of needing no one again. I don't want anyone to be with me. I can cope with myself. I can come out of difficult situations by myself. That has become more in the youth. So again, where we have already started talking about social media. So what is the role of social media in the current youth that is making them more lonely? Is I have stated three reasons here which I felt more relatable. So first, we substitute contact for connection. The number of followers are not the number of friends or someone we care about or someone we need in the real life. So these youth, the people think more about, okay, now I have these number of followers. That means, I have good connections with all the people or good connections with most of them. Right. So we think that contacts are connection. But lately, if we see, there are very few people we actually have that connection with, where, maybe at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. also, we can just sit with them, just talk about anything without any judgment or, anything uh, without any saying from them. It's just that you're talking, you're venting out, then they're listening. So would say most of the followers that we have wouldn't be that 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. person where, we just share and they listen. So the youth generally think the contacts are connections, but it's not. That is the reality. Then, yes, likes give temporary dopamine highs, not emotional fulfillments. When you are lonely, you crave for connection. We want someone to come, sit with us, listen to us, be there with us, understand what we have gone through. Right. But whenever we post something online, it's more like, okay, now there's one like, there's two likes, oh, my 10 friends liked, people commented on my post. That is giving more high to the youth. Okay, now people, said I'm very pretty, hero and all, and then you're very happy. It's giving you high. But are you really happy? Are you having that deeper connections? Do you have people to tell you that you're pretty in your real life? So that is the difference, where you think the kind of thinking that the youth is having right now is, likes give temporary highs just for some kind of validation that you are seeking those likes. Then we have online comparison leading to decreased self esteem and increased anxiety. Now, people are posting that I got into so and so college, I got into so and so course, or my dad gifted me this, or my mom bought me this, or I got a good job with the highest package. Let's say if people are posting now, the moment we see that, we start comparing it with our achievements. It's more like, okay, he is having 30 LPA. Why don't I have something? Why am I stuck at 10 LPA? Okay. Am I not good at anything? I am not good at anything, or I am not studying, I'm not doing better. No matter how hard I study, I'm not able to do that. So now, here the thing, like, again, decrease self esteem. I am not able to do it. I can't do that. He has more capacity. Now, where you have that zeal to do more and more things gives you extra anxiety at that place. When we see the kind of youth, and not just online comparison, if in that way, where most of the youth go through these kind of comparisons while they are teenagers only, like some xyz uncle's son got a full 900 out of 1000 marks, that is 90%, and how much have you got? Why are you not able to study? He is doing so much, he is doing so much. Why are you not able to put that effort? Or why are you wasting your time by doing something else? Why arts, or why dance, or why something else, not something that XYZ's son is doing? So that also, leads to decreased self-esteem, where the literal decrease, where, okay, I am not good at anything. I am not able to satisfy my needs or my parents' needs or someone else's needs, while not understanding what do we want to do. And there social media creates more anxiety, where everything is posted. uh she's looking really pretty, she's looking very good. I am not looking that good or great. How do I post, how do I get that likes, or how do I get that high? So that is when, anxiety also increases. You try to do a lot of things which is not in your line, or which is not in your area, not in your area of interest. That is when you tend to feel that you're not good enough for doing anything that you like. So that is where social media also plays role in your loneliness, where you tend to cut down all your friends that are around you just to get that validation from social media. So that is one of the thing. So next, what are the emotional consequences of being alone, or being lonely? Loneliness most of the times in the youth. So let's talk about psychological effects. The first one is heightened anxiety, where uh, as we spoke earlier, most of the comparison that we do on social media, what kind of effects that we have on ourselves? First one, as I said, it's anxiety. Most of the times we have that increased breathing, or increased heartbeats, breathlessness feelings when we don't get so many likes. Your friend gets too many likes, or comments, you're not getting it, or your things are not shared on social media. You tend to feel that anxiousness while you're doing a lot of things. Poor connection and motivation. Most of the times when you are not doing anything, when you are lonely, when that loneliness is taking over you, you or me, yeah, we will not be able to concentrate more on what we exactly are doing. In our thoughts, it's completely opposite. Like, why are we not doing this? Why are we not getting attention? Why are people not talking to you properly? These are the thoughts that are repetitive, and there will be no motivation left, or it will decrease your amount of effort that you put on things that you have to do in real life. And emotional numbness and irritability. So yes, when you are lonely, when loneliness take over you, there will be an emotional numbness. You will not be able to feel, we will not be able to feel most of the emotions. Like, do we really understand when are we happy, when are we sad, or when are we frustrated or irritated? Like, yeah, more of the irritability. uh yes, one of the people, one of your closest friend is not giving you attention, then you tend to become more irritable, that why are they not giving any attention to us? So that thought keeps repeating in your minds, in our mind, saying, yeah, there will be no people, other people, if uh, your best friend or your close friend is not talking to you. We go numb, that now there are no one to talk to us. So it's silence that can affect you psychologically. And physical effects, again, there is the connection here, where, yeah, when you have don't have anxiety, when you have more numbness, more irritable, your thoughts are repetitive, your thoughts are continuing on, why are they doing this, why am I not able to do this, or why am I like this, everything. So at the end of the day, where you need to rest, and you need to give rest to your mind and body, that is when your disturbances starts to affect. That is why you get your sleep disturbances, the kind of thoughts you get repetitively while you're sleeping. Then, weakened immunity, where you keep thinking, where you're lonely, where you don't have that capacity to do anything uh, around you. Let it be your daily classes, your daily job, or you go out, meet your friends. If that has decreased, uh, your immunity is weakened. Your body is completely gone into the rest mode, or it's not active, it's not energetic. So most of the youth that we see around tend to be, it's okay, I can take care of myself, while appearing to be weak. And increased cortisol, As we discussed about sleep disturbances, the decreased sleep. So when you are asleep, your cortisol releases. When your body goes into rest mode, usually your cortisol releases. But when you are awake with your loneliness, with your thoughts, or with a lot of things, the cortisol stays in the body. When cortisol stays in your body, it gives you fatigue, or decreased energy. You don't have energy to do a lot of things. uh, your muscles are weaker. So yeah, that is how loneliness affects your body, your physical body, and the psychological effects that we've already spoken. If we understand the connection between psychological effects and physical effects, let's see. uh, Again, we are talking about heightened anxiety, which leads to sleeping disturbances, weakened immunity. While we're not able to sleep properly, that increases our cortisol. So this is the effect. I mean, these are the effects of loneliness on a single person, especially in youth. While we are expected to be energetic, we're expected to be active, to do a lot of things. While we are mostly being lonely, these are the effects that we see. Then the fear of vulnerability, the major fear the youth is having right now, is what I can say out of the experiences of, out of the opinions I have. uh, yes, everyone looks happy online. I don't want to seem weak. Just reflect back if you have ever seen this kind of thoughts or attitude in any kind of youth around you. Yeah, they're going to vacation. They look very, very happy. Now, I also want to go somewhere, but I can't afford, or there's no time for me to go. You're indulged in work where I have to post something that makes me look happy. You go to party or something, then you post that. Now, someone has posted that a thought of being happy, or being cool. Then okay, now I shouldn't seem weak. I'm not weak. I'm good. I'm all right. Then you post something, or you tend to act like I'm completely fine. So, yes, emotional suppression leads to disconnection. While we are talking about how to maintain connections out of social media, out of that digital world where we sit with each other, talk to each other, understand where you're strong, where you're weak, what kind of help you need. But while you suppress your emotions, while you don't express your emotions, let's say you're sad, how do people understand when you don't express that you're sad or happy, or any kind of emotions that you're going through, be it angry or irritable? When you don't express, uh, people don't connect with you on that level. Okay, let's say you're happy. Oh, you are really happy. Maybe you are celebrating your birthday and you're happy. You tend to be that joyous, and you're expressing yourself very joyfully, and people will be able to connect with you in that way, where you are happy. Right. Similarly, when you are sad, something has happened to you, you didn't get the gift you wanted, or you're not expecting, you're expecting something and it did not happen to you. So you kind of suppress your emotions. Okay, now I'm not sad, I'm not happy. It's balanced, or you're not feeling anything. You're numb. That leads to disconnection. The opposite person will not understand what emotions that you're actually having, or without expression, uh, they're not understanding. Now what do they talk to you? If you see in most of the youth right now, they don't share whether you're happy or you're sad, or also oversharing in that way. So the opposite person doesn't know how to react. So that leads to the space that gives more space to both people to not connect. That is where emotional suppression leads to disconnection. Then we have authentic sharing builds trust and belonging. As we are talking about emotion, while you express your emotions, while you're talking, when you're more honest about what are you going through and how are you feeling at that time, There will be a person where they know to sit with you, to listen to you, to understand, or is there any way that they can help you. So that is where it trust more I mean it builds more trust and belongingness. Okay, that these people are there for you no matter what, or what situation you are in, or what are the things that you're going through. So that is when you share more authentic things that builds more trust and belongingness. Yes. So here we are to understand how to reconnect with people again. If you have lost those connections with people, if you find that your connections are not authentic, so that is where these are few steps that I've put to reconnect back. Quality over quantity. When we are talking at any point of time, one genuine friend over hundreds or thousands of followers that you have on social media. So, the amount of time that you are spending with your friend or a group of friends is more than, seeking validity from online platforms or any social media platforms, and initiate small vulnerability, just like how we share our happiness or our birthdays or important days. Only when you share that you're not feeling good and you're upset about few things and you're not uh, good at something. So when you're initiating that vulnerability, initiating the most challenging things that you're doing, that is when people will be able to connect with you more. Okay, so now there is a relatability. Like, okay, I'm also not good at anything, you're also not good at this particular thing, let's both together do it. That is where you also build connections. And then digital hygiene. How much time are we utilizing for social media? And what kind of content are we watching? Is it the content again? Most of the times, do you feel very relatable to this? Like, uh, when you're very sad, when you're lonely, or you're going through a challenging situation, you kind of tend to see the content very, very relatable to what you're going through. You scroll one reel, and there is one more reel which matches your relatability level. So what kind of content are you watching, are you connecting with, is also important. It's more like revamping your digital checks, or digital things that you're watching. Then join communities, any communities that you feel very close to. It can be connecting with people, some kind of classes that you want to join, some kind of social work you want to do, or any other things that you're interested in. As we are speaking again, dance club, singing club, hiking club, running club, gym clubs, anything that you're interested into. So most of the times it's more like, okay, you join people, you build more connections, you reconnect with yourselves again at that time. Then the last one is self connection. How much are you connected with yourself? How truly you understand yourself is also important. When we talk about youth, how connected are you with yourself? Do you know yourself with pakka information, like with no misunderstandings, or you know what you want, you know what you're going through, you know where your interest lies, what are your career paths exactly. Only when you connect with yourself, you're honestly connecting with yourself, you will be able to connect with people in a more easier way than you usually do. It sometimes it can be difficult to connect with people around you. uh, Most of the times it can only start with just small conversations like hi or hello, how are you doing. Or if you are any event, uh, yeah, asking the question, what made you come here, or something like that, where you initiate conversations and you try to build those conversations will help you connect with people. Then, from loneliness to belonging, from not being there, uh, nobody is there with you, or you don't want to share anything, or you don't want to talk about anything. It's more like, why? should we take loneliness to belongingness? As we discuss, it starts with authenticity. While you're honest with yourself, while you're honest with sharing the information with people, that is when you cross loneliness and get into belonging. Yeah, as we already discussed, one genuine friend is more enough than your 100 or 1,000 followers, whether there is a person for you where you can share anything without filters, without judgment. That is where you feel belong to. Just for an example, when we have any difficult situation, we tend to go to our parents or friends to share, where you feel belong to, you feel that they understand you, they don't have any filters while they are talking to you. That is when you feel belonged, right? So learn to both reach out and let in. Yes. Now, when you want someone to come to you and speak to you on what has happened to you, give you that space to understand your vulnerability, that is when you need to learn to be let in people. That is where you share things, share your vulnerability with them, and reach out. At the same time, while they are with you, you are also in that space with them, trying to understand what they are going through. Or is it the same thing that you're going through? Then what are the things that we can do together to know you to feel belonged, not feel lonely? So that is also important, right? Yes. So we are almost ending our session. While the final thought is loneliness doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It's your mind's way of saying you deserve connection. So if I have to end with something like this, it's more of uh, doesn't mean that you don't have anything to do or you don't have any persons with you. That is a sign where you should understand you deserve more than this, where that is a sign where it feels to go connect with people, to talk to more people, understand. If one set of friends are ignoring you or not talking to you, you feel lonely in between them. That is a sign where you form good friendships, where you feel connected, you feel belong to them. And yes, at the end of the day, you deserve that connection. You deserve a space where people understand your vulnerability and loneliness and be there for you. So, yeah, that is where I should say I can end the session. But I